Alright, gentlemen, we got quite a busy day ahead of us, so listen up.
Well, let's hear it then, Cap. We're all ears.
Bradley, is there any appropriate time in which you open that mouth of yours?
No occurrence springs to mind, sir.
Anyways, let's get down to business. Hudson and Dunn, we had a large house fire reported at about 6:15 this morning. The address is 26 Callaway Avenue. Head on the scene and see what you can figure out.
Is that a nicotine patch?
Yeah, my daughter's been bugging me for the past few months to, quit smoking. And I'm finally gonna try to kick the addiction.
Good for you, George. But wait, I didn't even know that you had a daughter.
Well, she's not actually my daughter. She's my stepdaughter. But I love that girl to death.
I've always wanted to have kids, even if my ex-wife thought that I'd be a terrible parent.
Are we having a normal conversation here, Hudson?
Yeah, I guess so. It's almost like we're becoming better at being partners.
Alright. Slow down there, kid. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Morning, fellas. Glad to see you could join us.
Good morning, Rich. What have we got here?
The next door neighbor was coming home from work when she saw the fire and called it in. She said the homeowner's name was Kelly McAllen. As far as we know, she lived alone.
Any sign of Miss McAllen?
No, not yet. What worries me more, though, is that the neighbor said that her daughter was spending the night with Kelly last night.
Shit. Well, we should take a look at the remains, see what we can find.
Insane, inside, the danger gets me high. Can't help myself, got secrets I can't tell. I love the smell of gasoline. I light the match to taste the heat. I've always liked to play with fire. I've always liked to play with fire.
Good God. There's a serious stash of heroin in this nightstand drawer.
Found this gas can in what's left of the bedroom, so we can rule out this whole thing as being an accident. Michelle, please make sure the patrol officers get this sent to the lab to check for fingerprints.
Sure thing, George. I'll get this over to Patrolman Welker. George, help me with this. I think there might be something under here. Found Miss McAllen. She looks real rough.
You smell burning flesh before, Dan?
No. Can't say that I have before.
Well, once you catch a scent for it for the first time, you never forget it.
There's track marks here on her arm. Between this and the needle she had stashed in her nightstand. She seemed to be a heavy user.
You think maybe the heroin is what killed her?
It's possible, but we don't know for sure until an autopsy is done.
Dan, George, you two finished combing the scene? Yeah, I think so. Come with me then. I think it's best you talk to the neighbor, Diane Hawkins. How does the neighbor seem? She's a bit of a hot mess right now. All she's concerned with is where her daughter is. Well, we found the body of Kelly McAllen, but we didn't find any other human remains. God. Maybe she's still alive somewhere. Yeah, I hope so. Ma'am, Detective Hudson would like to talk to you. Is that okay? Sure. Sure, I'm okay. Alright, I'll leave you to it then. I'll see you around, Dan. Okay, Detective, what do you want to know? What was your relationship with Kelly? Were the two of you close friends or just casual neighbors? Just casual neighbors. We never talked to each other that much. The only reason my daughter was there was because I had to work late last night, and Kelly offered to take care of Amber. Can you think of any other place that your daughter would go? No. No, she would have come directly home after something like this. Do you know if Miss McAllen had any other friends or family that live in the area? She mentioned that she would regularly visit her brother. He lives on Maple Street on the other side of the city. Thank you, Diane. And I promise you that we will do everything we can to find who caused this and took your daughter. And we'll bring Amber home alive. Please do, Detective. She's all I have left.
How much did you get out of the neighbor?
Not much, but she did tell me that Kelly has a brother who lives on Maple Street. She didn't give me a house number, though.
We'll have to go door to door until we find him then.
Hello, sir. We're detectives from the Monsing Arson Division. Are you related to Kelly McAllen?
Yes, I am. I'm her younger brother, Cole. Why do you ask? Is everything okay?
We regret to inform you, Mr. McAllen, that your sister was found dead this morning after her house burned down.
Oh my god.
I know this is a difficult time, but could you please answer some questions for us?
Sure, I could try.
Were you aware of your sister's heroin addiction? We found a large number of needles in her nightstand, and she had track marks on her arm.
Yeah, I did know about her addiction. I tried countless times to get her help, but she was more stubborn than a mule. That's part of the reason why my parents have refused to speak with her for the last few years.
Where were you this morning around 6?
Yeah, I was here at home with my wife, but feel free to ask her if you don't believe me.
Alright, ease up there, Cole. We're not here to accuse anyone just yet.
Did your sister tell you about having any other friends or even a boyfriend?
Well, the past few months she had been telling me about this guy she has been talking to. I don't know if they were actually together or not, but she spoke very highly of him.
Do you have a name for this guy she was speaking to?
She said his name was, Lester. I never caught his last name, but she did tell me that he owns a food truck. That's all I, really know about him.
Thank you, Cole. You've been a big help.
No problem. Not many people will be sad over Kelly's death. Suppose I'll be one of those few people.
Guess we should look into trying to find this Lester guy.
We can contact the city clerk to see who in this city has that name and has a food truck license.
Okay, I'll put in the call right now.
Detectives, I have some information for the both of you.
Who are you?
I'm Detective Norman Galway. I specialize in missing person cases. I was asking to help the two of you on the McAllen case.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Galloway. I'm Detective George Dunn, and here's my partner, Dan Hudson.
You mean Dan Hudson? That just recently got demoted to Austin? After botching the Dr. Stoneheart case.
Yep, I was the one that botched the Stoneheart case. And the less you say about it, the less likely that I'll be tempted to kick your ass.
Sorry, detectives. I understand that was very hard for you.
Just tell us what you have for us.
We just looked back from the city clerk after they found who was in the city has the food truck license.
File says that our potential match is Lester Rothenberg.
Lester Rothenberg. Why does that name sound so familiar?
Because he already has a criminal record for possession of child pornography.
Really? And he had a relationship with Kelly?
Yes, he did. I think we might have just found our guy.
Alright, let's go find Lester and bring him back here.
You Lester Rothenberg?
Who's asking?
Detective Dan Hudson. I have some questions for you about Kelly McAllen.
Yeah, sure. Let me just finish loading up my truck. I'll be right with you.
Stay on the ground, asshole. George, search the back of his truck. Is the kid anywhere in there?
No sign of the kid, but it looks like Lester cooks up more than just food in his truck. There's a lot of heroin to be found in here.
Come here. You're coming downtown to answer those questions I have for you. You two, search his house, see if the girl is in there.
Hey, you're gonna need a warrant to go in there.
Hate to disappoint you, friend. We come prepared with this one.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey Dan, I just got some results back from the lab.
And?
It turns out Kelly's cause of death was an overdose, and they managed to find a fingerprint on the gas can found at the scene. It's a match for Lester.
Okay, thank you, Fred. Now it's time to see what this scumbag has to say.
How are you feeling there, sunshine?
Doing wonderful. Just ask your damn questions.
What was your relationship with Kelly McAllen? Were you two together?
Nah, Kelly and I were just good friends. And I would supply her with heroin when she wanted to get high.
Well, last I checked, friends don't burn down each other's homes.
What are you talking about? What makes you think I would do that?
Because we found a gas can in the remains of the house with your fingerprints on it. How do you explain that, Lester?
Early this morning, I brought her some heroin, but she ended up overdosing. I panicked and didn't want her death to be on me, so I set her home on fire to try and destroy evidence.
Okay. Where's the little girl?
What little girl?
Amber Hawkins, the little girl that Kelly was babysitting.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We know you were there at Kelly's home this morning. And we know about your previous conviction for owning child pornography. Where is the girl, you son of a bitch?
I don't know. I didn't even know she was there, but maybe she escaped out the back after the fire started?
Has he said much?
Not really. He's responsible for the fire, but he won't tell us anything about the girl.
We gotta hurry though. We're running out of time to find her.
Guys, I discovered something really good. I just got done searching through Lester's phone, and I traced it being about only 5 miles away from Kelly's house around the time the fire was reported. The cell phone tower isn't far away from the home of Keith Rochenberg, Lester's cousin.
A David Rothenberg, huh? Well, no point in waiting around here. Let's go. David Rothenberg, we need to speak to you.
What the hell is all this about?
Was your cousin Lester here earlier?
He came around here 6:20 or so, but he seemed a bit on the edge.
Did he say what he was here for?
He asked me if he could store some more tires in my shed. I said it was fine, and he left quickly after that.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. We're not here to hurt you. Look, my name is Dan, and this is George and Norman. We're with the police. Are you okay? Are you hurt? No, I'm okay, mister. You're Amber Hawkins, right? How old are you? Yes, I'm Amber. And I'm 11 years old. How'd you end up here, Amber? Kelly's friend brought me here. I can't remember his name, though. Do you remember what he looks like? He's older looking, with sideburns. And he has a food truck. I remember that much. Alright. Let's get you out of here and back home to your mother. George, could you take her?
Come on, darling. You're okay. You're safe now.
This girl look familiar to you, Lester? I thought so. Now, start talking. What exactly was your plan with her?
Kelly and I knew about each other's bad habits, and she needed some form of payment for the heroin that she wanted from me. So the plan was for her to give me the girl, and I gave her a large amount of heroin. Then she overdosed, and well, you guys know the rest.
Well, thanks for finally being honest with us, Lester. We'll need to take some time to decide what to charge you with. Jesus Christ. What a sinister exchange these two had planned.
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah, what a goddamn mess. I can't imagine how Amber is handling all of this.
I know. Well, I'll be getting back to my usual work then. It was a pleasure working with you detectives.
You know, Dan, I saw the way you comforted the kid after we found her, and I think your ex-wife's wrong. I think you'd make a really good father someday.
Well, thank you, George. I appreciate that.